What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to look at nerve mobilizations for the three primary nerves that run from your neck down your arm. So if you've got numbness, tingling, pain that radiates through your arm, maybe down to your hand and fingers, this is going to be the video for you to check out. So in terms of the arm, the upper extremity, like I said, there's three primary peripheral nerves that can give people these numbness, tingling, heaviness types of symptoms. And those nerves are basically the median nerve. All these nerves their branches are gonna start in the neck. They're gonna go over the first rib, which is right here, down underneath the pecs, through the armpit, and then down the arm into different regions. So one of the nerves we'll look at is median nerve, which runs through this front side, the anterior side, through the forearm. It's the one that goes through the carpal tunnel. And then we've got the ulnar nerve, which is people think of as their funny bone spot. It's this nerve. It also runs down. It goes through the inside of the elbow, and it goes down. The ulnar nerve gives us sensation to this outside area of our palm, our pinky finger, and our ring, part of our ring finger. Medial nerve, the other one I was just talking about, it gives sensation to our thumb, index finger, middle finger, and part of our ring finger. So if you notice, sometimes people will have numbness and tingling in their hand as their primary symptom. If you notice at any of those regions, that can point to the nerve that's irritated. So median nerve on the thumb side, ulnar nerve on the pinky side, and then the other major nerve is radial nerve, which runs down the back side of our arm, the back side of our forearm, and gives sensation to the back side of the hand. So those three nerves basically cover the whole arm in terms of your ability to feel, touch, and things like that. So again, if you have numbness, tingling, pain down the arm, this could be a disc herniation in the neck, stenosis and arthritis in the neck. It could even just be that you don't have any of those things and you just have numbness and tingling. So if you have any of those symptoms in the arm, I'm going to go through a mobilization exercise for each of these three nerves that often help these kind of symptoms. So let's jump into the first one. So first we're going to look at median nerve. This is the one that's been studied the most. The median nerve has the most branches from the neck. It gets nerve roots from C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. So a bunch of nerve roots that come out of the neck make the median nerve. Again, this is the one that goes to the carpal tunnel. Carpal tunnel problems are really common, so this is a great nerve to mobilize if you've got, again, symptoms in the arm. It even can help just with general neck pain. So for this mobilization, sometimes these nerve mobilizations are called nerve flossing because we're basically going to pull on the nerve from one end and then the other and get it to move like a piece of dental floss. This might sound kind of crazy, but it's actually been studied in cadavers. Scientists will put pins in the nerves of cadavers and have found that they actually need to be able to slide. So with the median nerve, what we're going to do, again, this might be pain, numbness, tingling on this front side of the forearm, maybe into the thumb, index finger, middle finger, part of the ring finger. To mobilize this nerve, if the symptoms are on my right arm, I'm going to put that arm out at basically a 90-degree angle into abduction with my elbow straight, and when I pull my wrist down into extension, that's going to stretch the nerve and put it on tension. So when that happens, if it's on tension down at my wrist, I'm going to move my head towards that direction, which will put the nerve on slack up here. And then I'm going to alternate. So then when my head goes away and the nerve comes on tension here, I'm going to bring my wrist into flexion so the nerve is loose down there. If you imagine if I do that back and forth, one direction will pull the nerve towards my head, the other direction will pull the nerve towards my wrist, which creates that flossing movement. So essentially, you'll just go, these are exercises you would just do throughout the day when you're having symptoms, but you would basically do 10 to 15 repetitions. So you just kind of go back and forth like this just to help improve blood flow and oxygen delivery to the nerve. So this is the first one. It's for median nerve. This is how you're going to mobilize, alternating that head movement and wrist movement. Ulnar nerve is the second nerve we're going to look at. Again, this is the funny bone nerve. It will give sensation to this inside part of the forearm and this inside part of the palm near the pinky finger. This one, to mobilize it, we're going to turn our hand away, our palm away from us, and bend our elbow. We're going to start here at about 90 degrees. What we're going to do is bend the elbow and move the wrist into extension, which is going to put that nerve on tension right here at the inside of the elbow. So when the arm comes down to that position and it's on tension, I'm going to move my head towards the wrist. Okay, so the same concept. Right now the nerve is on tension at my wrist but loose at my neck, and then I'm going to alternate. So when my neck goes away, the nerve goes on tension here. I'm going to move my wrist the other direction. So again, I'm alternating tension from my neck to my wrist. So I'm just going to go back and forth like that to mobilize the ulnar nerve. Okay, so that is the second one. The ulnar nerve has less branches from the neck. It only gets nerve roots from C8 and T1, so it's a smaller nerve. But some people do have issues on that inside of the forearm, especially the numbness and tingling into the pinky finger and ring finger. Okay, the next one will be radial nerve. So our last nerve is radial nerve. This one again runs down the top side of the forearm. It's the only one that's going to do this top side of the forearm, top side of the hand. To mobilize that nerve, we are going to put our arm, our shoulder back into extension like this, kind of behind our body, and our wrist is going to move into flexion. This will kind of stretch this top side of the forearm. You'll know if it's kind of targeting that area if you feel a stretch there. So when my hand is tight like this and the wrist is into flexion, I'm going to move my head towards my hand, which will put the nerve on tension down at my wrist and loose at my neck, and then I'm going to alternate just like the other ones. So when my head goes away, my wrist will come up, and I'm just going to go back and forth like that to help kind of mobilize and floss that nerve. Sometimes these techniques are called nerve sliders because that's basically what I'm doing, is I'm just getting the nerve to slide through the little passageways that it travels through. Okay, so those are our three mobilization techniques. We've got one for median nerve, one for ulnar nerve, one for radial nerve. You will just choose the one based on where you have numbness and tingling in your arm. If you're not sure, start with median nerve. It covers the most nerve roots and it has the most research. It can help with nerve symptoms, numbness and tingling, also just generalized neck pain. With all of these, you want to go for 10 to 15 repetitions, something like that. Just do a set. It will help to improve blood flow to the nerve, and then you can use that, maybe 4 or 5 times throughout the day just to help improve health of the nerve. A lot of times these issues come up when people are working at computers or in static positions where the nerve gets irritated. So this is a great way to take a break every hour or two and just mobilize the nerve and help to improve blood circulation to the nerve. All right, you guys, thanks for coming back. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section and I will try to get back to you. All right, see you next time. Bye.